Hey, Brad Kazmarski back. What we talked about last time, what we're going to go to now is being able to test things outside the box. So we've done the FMS corrections as they are. I've gone through and added my own spin with the 4x4 as well and gone through the whole progression series. Now let's go outside the box. One of the things I want to test first is something my physical therapist gave me to do, and something I also had Kelly from Mobility WOD try with the band distraction variation. So I'm going to get to that, but we got to do the test retest to see, does this work, is this effective? So first thing we're going to do, active straight leg raise. So in this pattern, I get tension right about there, tension right about there. So we're looking to see, does this next technique improve that? We're also going to do a toe touch, just for kicks. So here, I'm right about there on my toe touch. So we're going to take a monster band here, step through, load it on the hip, tall chest, butt back, back leg just kind of planted, starting in a bend position. Now we're just going to try to straighten that leg out. And we're just going to pump that. So this is something my physical therapist did with me post-surgery. Kind of work on neural tension. I'm not saying we're working on neural tension, but this is something that Kelly has both in his book and in his videos. We want to see, can we apply this successfully within the framework of the FMS? And within the FMS, this would fit in the framework of the active straight leg raise. So we'd have some neural tension, or some tension, I guess we'll say, to not get in trouble, some tension in the hamstring in the beginning as we start to pump this leg back. And he recommends, 25 to 50 times of this. With my physical therapist, we did cycles through this. So we're going to do this here until we start to relieve some of that tension. And it starts off real stiff, at least on me, and then it starts to kind of relax as it goes. So as we're relaxing, it's getting not as bad now. So we're going to still go around that 25 to 50 times. And then now let's switch legs. Step it forward, lock it off, tall chest, butt back, good posture. Kind of straighten that leg out. Again, this may not be perfect technique on video, so do as I say, not always as I do. We all have our own limitations as well. I'm working through mine, so I don't want my personal issue to pop through as something. So you want to keep your chest up, butt back, straighten that leg out, work on that tension until that tension kind of fades away. Usually by that 15, 20 range, the tension starts to decrease. Keep it enhancing that technique, that posture, until we can work that tension out. We can get up to maybe 25 to 50, as I said, or as Kelly recommends, and my physical therapist did with me. The difference, my physical therapist did this manually with her hands on my lumbar spine, working on some specific things that she was working on. We're using this to distract the hip a little bit, pull back the hip, and work on this tension. Now, let's see changes. Saw before. Let's go. So that's a subsequent change right there. In the toe touch, we gained about 2 inches in about 2 minutes or less. In the straight leg raise, tension right there. Tension right there. So that pattern right there, or that technique I should say, or that method, using the FMS to test it, did that work within our testing system, our screening system? The answer is yes, that made an impact for me, personally. So that is another method we can add to our active straight leg raise progression, especially for putting the feet back on the ground. So now we've worked our way up, using that 4x4, which I talked about before. Using that method from, we'll say, Kelly Starrett and my physical therapist as another way to add correctives. We're going outside the box, we're adding new things. First one we tried, success, that helped me right away, you could see. We got to see now if that can stick with me and if that can make a lasting change or impact. And using the 4x4 model, that'd be the foot on the ground, one of the last things. So, give that a try, let me know what you think. First test outside of the FMS system completely, using the FMS as a screen for it, was a success. We liked that band distraction with the knee flexion pumping action. Give it a try, let me know what you think.